Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup look, so just something a lot more simple today. Without further ado, let's just get straight on into the video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button just down there and click that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload, and let's just get straight on into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I usually do, I would moisturise my skin with just any old moisturiser. The one that I'm using is from HomeSense and it's the Rose Hip one, I believe. Then what I like to do is I go in with my Mario Badescu facial spray and just give my face a little bit of a spritz just before I put on my foundation, and make sure that it is all sunk into the skin. And then what I like to do is I go in and just do my eyebrows real quick. For brows today, I'm just going to be taking my Revolution Pro Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Chocolate. So that is my brows done. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Ordinary Serum Foundation, and this is in the shade Very Fair. So I'm just going to take this on the back of my hand. This one is really lightweight, so quite a nice everyday foundation. I'm going to take my Iconic brush just because I find that this evenly places the product. So what I like to do as well with like any type of foundation for every day is just pick one that is very lightweight. You don't want something that's too full coverage. You kind of still want it to look like your skin, and also one that's going to give you a nice fresh look to your skin. Now for my everyday, I don't tend to use concealer. If you usually use concealer, then just go ahead and put that on now. I'm then just going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, so any sort of powder will do. So in the day with powder, I tend to just use like the littlest amount, I tend to just use the littlest amount for areas like my chin, just to set down any creases. I get like a bit of creasing here, and also like my forehead, just to set down that foundation, down the nose with the excess from the forehead. And then I take a little bit more and just put that underneath the eyes and on top of the lid, just to stop any creasing from happening. So the next thing that I usually would do is I would go in with my bronzer or contour or anything like that. So this is the Bahama Mama contour, and I just use this to kind of sculpt out my cheekbones ever so slightly, nothing crazy, just to kind of bring a little bit more dimension back into the face. And so just go right under the cheekbones, bring that all the way down under the jaw. But I only use like the slightest bit, and I usually start under the cheekbones, and then the excess I bring down, just so it doesn't look like I've got a lot on my face. I tend to just take that around my forehead, nothing crazy, a little bit down the nose just to bring a bit of dimension back to my nose as well. Now recently I've been really loving doing some sort of like a liquid, why do I always like whistle when I saying certain words, but I've been really liking using like liquid highlighters because I feel like it gives a more natural look. But I'm just going to put it on here, just like the tiniest amount, just to bring like a nice sort of healthy glow to the skin. I find like liquids work the best for daytime because they're subtle, and you don't tend to see like any cast or anything like that. So just something a lot more subtle for the daytime. So the next thing that I will then be doing is my eyes. So I tend to go for just a more natural look. I go in with my bronzer. You can use this for eyeshadow, and it kind of gives you like more of a contoured eye, so you can change the shape of your eye, you can deepen your crease more. It kind of wakes up the eyes and makes them not look so flat. So what I like to do is I just go in with any old brush, put that into the contour, Put that into my crease to give our eye a bit more of a bit more depth to it. And then I will just go in with just a softer brush. This one's got a bit of white on it, so it doesn't really matter, but anything that's a little bit more softer, I just then like to take that in circular motions just where the line is of where you've placed the bronzer and blend that in. And the key with any eyeshadow is to just go in bit by bit. So if you place the shadow down first and you want to start blending it, you then just take another brush, or if you haven't got a lot of product on the brush you've used, to just go in with circular motions, holding your brush quite far down so you don't have, like if you hold it here, you're going to get a harsh blend. It's probably going to be quite patchy because your pressure's quite firm. If you hold it down like this, you're going to be able to lightly feather it out and it will blend a lot better. So I'm just going to make sure that the line is completely blended. I then like to go in with the same bronzer again and just run that along my lower lash line. And again with this technique, a little goes a long way, so you just want to get a little bit on your brush and just keep running that like back and forth along the lower lash line, and that will then start to smoke it out so it's blended. So then for the lid, now recently I have been doing this so much just because it's such an easy look. Once you get the hang of it, all of this sort of, you know, process of the makeup, it will then start to get easier and you just then know what you're doing. So this is the George at Asda Bronze Highlight Baked Bronzer. So I like to use this as well just to go around my face if I'm not going to be using any really high intensity highlight. This is a kind of like a highlight slash bronzer, and it just gives you a really nice glow, and it's really subtle as well. So this is a really good idea if you do want to have some sort of glow in the day. I would definitely recommend this. I'm sure this was like £3. But what I like to do is I just take it on my finger like this, and I'm just using my ring finger because, again, this is the same thing with the pressure. When you use it with a less dominant finger, you don't apply the product too much and you can then kind of blend it softly. So I'm just going to be taking that on the lid. Oh god, oh dear. Take two. And then just going to be placing that on top of my lid. I just feel like it gives a really nice sheen to the eye. I just think it's really pretty, it's really natural, it's not too much. I mean, obviously most days, you know, everyone just wants to put as little as they can on because, you know, we can't always be bothered to put loads of makeup on, but this is just a nice everyday look for when you are feeling a little bit more motivation to sit down and do your makeup. So what I do with this is I put it all the way up to my crease. Basically, I'm just patting it down and just swiping it so it's kind of blended. But we'll go back in with the brush we used for the bronzer, just taking a little bit more just to blend the two colours together. So nothing crazy. Next, I'm just going to be doing my mascara, so just any old mascara will do. I'm using the Sunkissed one because I absolutely love this. This layers up beautifully and it's really, really cheap as well. I know you can get, I'm sure you can get Sunkissed products in Home Bargains now, but they obviously do have a website, so if you wanted to pick this up, it is definitely one of the best mascaras that I've used and it's so cheap, so it's a win-win. But I'm just going to be taking that, and what I like to do is I put on my mascara once, so I just coat my whole lashes. I let them dry and then I will go in with a second coat, and this will just lift them up and kind of keep them set in place as well. And then what I do in this time is I just take off any excess of my, you know, foundation off my lips. I don't tend to wear anything on my lips in the day, to be honest with you. If you want to wear some sort of like, you know, matte lipstick or a nude lipstick, or you could just put on some lip balm just to give your lips a bit of moisture. I tend to not to put anything on my lips, and this is my natural everyday look. So then I will then go in with a facial spray just to set down any powders. That sounded so weird. In with the facial spray just to set down any powders. It will just absorb it and give your skin a more fresh look when you've applied a lot of powders, especially if you've got dry skin as well, so that's really, really helpful. And you can use this before and after, so you can prep your skin with this. It will sink in, and also it sets your makeup. It's just an amazing product. This is £7 from Beauty Bay, and it's definitely a staple, I feel, that you should have in your makeup collection. So then now I've just done that, my eyelashes should be dry. I then just take another coat and just apply that. And that is my completed everyday makeup look. So really, really simple. It usually takes me, like I say, about 10 to 15 minutes if I'm not yabbering. So yeah, it's just a really nice, easy makeup tutorial, giving you some sort of like gold. I've always felt like gold on the eyes just looks like nice and natural and soft and sun-kissed, and I just feel like it's a nice everyday look. And as well, when you've got like more of a subtle, natural base, you know, we can wear a bit more on the eyes and it still kind of looks natural. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button just down there. Click that notification bell as well to be notified whenever I upload. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.